All right, folks, we are here at Historicon 2026. You're in the booth with me, and we are getting ready for Pat to run a demo of Squadron Commander. Now, I know, with the stash, I'm looking a lot more like a Civil War general than a starship pilot, but we're gonna wing it here until Doug hops in the booth. It's a pretty neat game. If you have X-wing miniatures, if you have Battlestar Galactica miniatures, if you have Star Wars miniatures, this is different from Star Force Commander, Pat's other game. This is not a fleet battle game. This is more, as the title says, a squadron level game. Uh, to compare it to something in aerial combat genre, I would say this is a dog fight game. I got to play it for the first time about an hour ago, walking through some of the mechanics, and really, really enjoyed it. I think there is some serious potential here. I think there is. This is going to a space that is missing in fill a space in space games that's missing. And we're going to switch over here. We're going to listen to Pat. Pat's mic'd up. He's going to walk us through it. We got some pretty, uh, I mean, every single person out there knows what the X-Wing miniatures look like, right? We all know they're awesome. We all know they look great. And we're going to switch it over to Pat here, and we're going to let him take it away.
Then afterwards, the offensive guys will move. And then after that, the neutral guys will move. And then it moves based on the skill order that you see here in the box. Okay? So here's what's happened. You have just popped out of hyperspace. You've just popped out of hyperspace, you're behind these guys. Okay? The TIE fighters are neutral, meaning they move last, right? They're fat, dumb, and happy. They're cruising along at low speed out on patrol. You've taken them by surprise. Okay? So now, since there are no defensive fighters right now, that's skipped. We move on to offensive fighters. Okay? So now it goes by inverse from the highest skill level. So that means if you choose to be offensive, the highest skill level gets to move and shoot first. Okay? So his attack can take place. Disadvantage of being offensive is that as a higher skill level guy, you move first, right? So other people can see it. But you get to attack first. So do it when it makes sense to do it.
And if I attack and destroy someone,
they're destroyed. Okay. Yep, exactly. Any head-on attack you make, the other guy gets to return fire no matter what. That's the only time a defensive guy can shoot. Okay, is if you do a head-on attack. So you guys have popped in behind these guys. So we're gonna take Wedge first. Okay, and his speed is 5. Okay, so you get to move twice at speed 5. The way the movement works is if your speed is 5, you move in 2 separate little phases. Okay, so you would move 5 inches, and you just take the front of the thing here and put it on the tick mark. So that's 5 inches, and then the other 2 numbers right next to the number 5 here. During your first move, you can make 1 turn, okay? And then during your second move, you can make 1 turn at speed 5. If you were at speed 4, during your first move, you could make 1 turn, and the second move, you could make 2 turns, okay? There'll be some special actions and stuff I'll introduce later, but this is just the baseline stuff. Okay, so in this particular case, Wedge is right behind the guy. There's no reason to turn, okay? So, but let's just say you're out here, all right? You move 5, then he can make a turn. So you just rotate it. It's a 12-sided base. So by rotating the side, you make a 30-degree turn. Yep. So that way you don't need any turn templates. You don't need any charts or anything. You just do that.
I had to make some more.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Like 6 guys.
Okay. Remind me. I'll get you another set. I got another set here. Oh, you do? Oh, you did. Okay. All right. So let's say Wedge is just turning as much as he can. So then he turns, and then he does another one and can make another turn. So that's how you move. You do half your movement by moving 5, and then you do the other half of your movement. Now, the other thing is that you can shoot before you move. You can shoot at this midpoint. Now, you can only shoot once, but you can shoot. You have the option at shooting at any of these spots. Then Wedge makes his turn. He gets into position, and now he could shoot again, or he could shoot at the very end. So those are your 3 choices of when you want to shoot. Okay?
Turn twice.
Yep, two tick marks. Exactly. So
you had a speed of 5.
Yep.
5 twice?
Yeah. So you move 5 twice.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. Yep, that's exactly right. Yep. So, because what I found is when you move 2.5 and then 2.5 inches, things got piled on top of each other pretty quick, right? So this spreads it out a little bit more. So it works out pretty well. So let's go with Wedge here. So Wedge is not good. He could shoot here, but he might as well get closer. So he moves 5 and makes a turn. All right. And now, so during the midpoint, he's going to go ahead and take his shot. So Wedge is an ace. So with his pilot skill, he grabs a 12-sided die. So it goes 6-sided die, 8-sided die, 10-sided die, 12-sided die. Yes.
If I move 5, I have to move all 5?
You have to move all 5. Yep. So your time is at the beginning of the round to adjust your speed. So it is possible to overshoot somebody. Yep. So he takes a 12-sided die, and then the X-Wing's weapon accuracy is a 10, which is, it's on the card there, that attack 10. So if you look at each card, it'll show the pilot skill, the D8, and his attack is a D10. Okay? So all Wedge does is rolls this, and Wedge is offensive, so he gets a +3 to this die roll. The point is he's going to hit, but he needs to roll a 10 or higher. Okay? And you can see that on the chart right here. If you're shooting at somebody's rear, you just need a 10 to hit. Okay? I picked the die based on the pilot skill. So right here I've got it kind of laid out the steps for it. He got a D12 because he's an ace. Yep, he gets 2 separate dice, and the X-Wing is a D10.
Okay.
Because that's listed right there.
That's
shooting at someone from behind is very easy. Okay. So it's a 12 plus 3. He rolled a 15. That's greater than 10. So so he scored a hit. So next, the X-Wing gets to try to evade. Okay. So same basic thing. I'm sorry, the TIE Fighter tries to evade. So the TIE Fighter is a regular. So he gets a D8. Okay. And this is a short range attack. You measure post to post. So that is in the short range band. So he gets a D8 and a D6. The pilot skill is a regular. Okay. So he's a regular. And then the range is short is a D6. Oh, yeah, exactly. Thank you. And so what we do there is for the TIE Fighter, he is neutral. So you see that diamond number there? That's his evasion roll. So he needs to roll it an 11 or better. Okay? So the TIE Fighter rolls right there, rolled a 12. So he actually evaded Wedge's shot. Okay? That was highly unlikely, but he got lucky and survived. Okay? So then Wedge has to do the other 5 inches of his movement. Okay? Well, so he's already done his movement for the first half. So now he does He moves 5 inches to right there. No, you move and turn. Move, turn.
Okay.
Move, turn. Yep.
'Cause I would want to turn.
You would want to turn out of that way.
You're not
Yep.
gonna love me. Okay, that's
Yep.
cool.
That's right.
Okay, fine. Just making it clear.
Yep. Yep. So basically, Wedge kind of overshot a little bit, but not too big of a deal. Okay. So that's how the basic attacks work. If you're shooting, you can shoot before you move, shoot at the midpoint, shoot at the end. You choose when you want to do that. You just gather the dice based on your pilot skill, and for X-wings you get a D10, and then you use your offensive bonus for the stance that you chose. So as you can see here, you've got the plus with the targeting reticle. That's your offensive bonus for when your shooting bonus for when you shoot at that stance, and then the green diamond is basically the evasion number that you need to get.
It's easier to evade if you're.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. If he had not, oh, okay, good. That's let's do that. So if you look on the card right here, and these cards are going to get refined as we're doing the play testing, but the 3 there is how much damage Wedge's guns do, okay? Or an X-Wing's guns do. So that means, yeah, please. So since it's 3 points of damage, you draw 3 chits, okay? 1, 2, 3. And I'll reveal those in a second. Now, if you look at the TIE Fighter, there's his structure rating right there, which is a 5. So once you do 5 points of damage to it, it's destroyed, okay? So, and if you look on the chart here, these are the different damage kits, okay? So, turn the first one over, it's a white.
And you
A
said
white.
earlier you're going to do that secretly.
Correct. That's right. You don't
know
want the
damage.
opponent to know. So these kind of stay. If it's your fighter, your opponent doesn't know. At the beginning, we'll leave it all open so everyone knows what's going on. So the first one does no damage. Okay. So the second one, a green, is just 1 structure damage. Not too big of a deal. And then the third one is a red hit. That does 3 structure damage. Okay. So he has a total of 4 structure damage. So he's pretty badly hit. And there's only a few of these red ones. So what that does is that means your acceleration, your turn rate, and your weapon damage is reduced. Like you're crippled if you've got the red one. Okay. So that fighter's basically crippled.
Where do you keep track of that?
So that would just that would just stay with the card.
Oh, there's nothing
Yeah.
to mark on.
Right. Nope. It just stays with
Not
the
like remaining superstructure.
no.
Like,
Nope. Yeah.
Or in your game.
Yeah, or in the other. Yeah, that one's obviously a lot more system detail. The goal of this is to be able to take each player takes 6 fighters, and you can play it out in about an hour or something like that once you know how to play the game and stuff. So minimal bookkeeping, but you do keep track of each individual fighter. So that's what Wedge did. Now, a couple variations here. There are a couple of these. Let's say it had been this red one here. Okay, that +1 means you get to draw 1 more chit, and so you can get kind of the cascading damage on somebody. So, and that would have been an orange one. So that's a total of 6 damage, and then that would have destroyed the fighter. Okay, so since it's Wedge, let's just assume he blew up the first one. All right. All right. So that's pretty much the basics of the system. Okay. So, all right. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we got 5. So one of you can take. You two take the Y.
Yeah, we'll take 5.
You want to take the Y wings? All right. You wanted a Y wing also, right? Yeah, yeah. All right. No. So we'll have 3 Y wings. This is good, and we'll have. Tell you what, we'll have 2 X wings, and it'll be Wedge and Luke leading the Y wings in. And then if we need to add another fighter, we'll do that, and then someone can control 2. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's see. All right. So that's it. And then we've got. All right. There we go. And I will make sure. Okay. All right. So we will have a regular, veteran, and an ace. So Dutch Vander's kind of the leader of the TIE fighter or the Y wings, and then one of you will be a regular skill level, and the other one will be a veteran skill level. Okay. All right. So. All right. So I'll tell you what. Everybody, you've just popped out. You've taken the TIE fighters. Everyone, grab your card, and I will get you everyone a marker. So decide what speed you want to be. There you go.
Well, you said 5.
That means you can't turn at that speed. Yeah. You can't move at that speed. Your top speed is 6.
Oh, you can't
Yep.
move at all. Oh.
It's 2. Yep, that's right. That's 2. Exactly. So we'll just kind of start over and have you pop out and surprise these guys. And then we'll fully run through a turn. You need a marker? You got it? Okay. There you go. No problem. All right. Oh yeah. Yep.
You're not the only one doing it.
I fly the 321, and but yeah, mostly out of Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Yep.
I thought you said you're going to Detroit a lot.
At one point I was.
Yeah,
At one point.
year.
Yep.
I'm
So
out of Columbus.
okay, Columbus. All right, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yep. Did you hit Origins pretty frequently?
Well, no, until the last couple of years. My friends run the Historical Ministry section.
Okay. Okay.
And they always pick me in
Uh-huh.
somebody's badge who didn't show up.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so I usually spend a half a day.
Yep.
I don't play any games on it. I usually buy something. Kind of a small publisher there like you.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Okay.
So I always buy a couple things from him.
Okay.
You're kind of my guy. I'm not going to make it rich.
Awesome. Right. Yeah.
I'll
Well,
buy a couple things.
no one's in this to get rich.
Yeah, but I saw the guy last year.
So I'm going to hop in here and just show this off quick. This is, if we could get it to focus a little better, basically all the information about any aircraft in this game. So Pat is coming up with some sort of fictional spaceships. Come on, focus there for me. Help me out. There we go. He's coming up with some fictional spaceships, but as you can see, this can be statted out to any aircraft. And this is particularly statted out to an X-wing. We got my man Porkins up at the top there. Who doesn't love Porkins, right? But basically, everything you need, all the information that you need to know about your aircraft is on this card. So it is really an intuitive way to play the game, really fun way to play the game, and all the info, while being a little more crunchy than just your run-of-the-mill kind of beer and pretzels game, all on this card makes it really, really accessible to everybody. We're going to see if we can get Doug on the booth here for you guys in a second and give you a little recap of what we've done so far this morning at Historicon, a little more formal preview of what's to come than what we've been talking about so far, or if you watched our live video on the walk-in today. But we'll get Doug on camera here and we'll do a little pre-Historicon preview for you guys.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. And so keep in mind when you do the range, there is a no fire thing. So if you're at like nearly touching, then you're too close to shoot. So, but you can pre-measure because you have a targeting computer that tells you. So, okay. All right. Sounds good. You get to go ahead and roll. So you get a 12-sided die and a D10. That's right. So if you're an X-wing when you shoot, it's your pilot skill. Okay. Well, wait a minute. You got a +3, right? Because you're offensive. So that's a 10. And you're behind him. So he has to make an evasion roll. So that was a hit. And the TIE fighter gets an 8 and a 6. Oh, okay. That's the ace. He gets a D12. Yep. All right. And he's neutral. So he needs an 11. Nope. All right. You may have just killed their ace. Okay. So now we're going to do the damage. For now, we'll do it like this. Red. Yep. White. But gets to draw another one and another white. But we draw another one. Oh, all right. You scored a kill. That was a total of 6 points of damage. So, all right. There we go. So you shot down the ace on patrol. That was him.
So you pick
And just like that, we lost our
pick 3 of those
first
Because
aircraft
the damage
off
that
the
the X-wing
board.
does is 3 points of damage.
So 3 points.
Yep.
Points of damage number.
Yep,
Okay,
is the number of chips. That's exactly right. Okay, that's his move. Okay, good opening. Next.
Fine.
Yep. Oh, so let's kind of. Yeah, so that's your firing arc. Yep, there you go. And then the light side there on the stand, that's the one you measure the movement from. Yep, just move 3 inches. Yeah, so
So how are you doing?
do that. So you just need to move 3 inches. So
Right.
yeah,
This
so
confused me.
oh,
It's more
okay.
than 1 inch.
Yeah, right. Because
So that's your 0.
that's your 0 point right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yep, that's it. And then since this is going to bump that, you can just kind of do the 3 inches from there. All right. That looks good.
All right, so turn, and then
D12, and your baseline is a D10 Yep. Your weapons accuracy. So, yep,
I'll get
10
an
and a 12.
offensive bonus of 3.
Yep. So just add 3 and throw it in the bucket there. All right, 11 plus 3, 14, and that's greater than 10. So you did score a hit also. So then the TIE fighter rolls. He's a D8 and a D6 because point blank range or short range. And he only rolls a 5, so he does not evade either. Okay. So now we'll draw the 3 chits. Wow. Rebels are coming up huge. Well, there. That's it. He's gone. Yep. So there you go. Now, believe it or not, only like 10% of the chits here are red. So you guys have come up pretty solid here.
Oh, you guys are great.
Yeah.
So,
all right, there you go.
And so the thing is, since I know he's rolling,
Yep. You just go ahead, finish your movement. Yeah. You're done shooting. Yep, you're it. That's all set. Nope. Nope. You got your one shot in.
Nothing on like the weapon, number of weapons.
No. You'll have right. Yeah. You do have some proton torpedoes, but that'll be for striking the base and stuff like that. Yep. Yep.
Get one shot.
Yep. Make it a good one.
All right,
Exactly.
I'll get out of the way here.
All right. Y-wings. Now the Y-wings have a turret, so they do have 2 weapons. Okay. All right. Offense goes first. So I think that was E, right? Yep. Or you're F. Okay. And you're the 4. Okay. And you're offensive. So perfect. Okay. So you go ahead and go. Your speed is 5. Yep. Yep. No, you don't. And you don't have to make a full 30-degree turn. Like if you just wanted to turn a little bit to point there, you can do that. And then you could move. Then you move another 5 inches, and that'll put you in range. Yeah, that's right. This is different than that. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep. Because you can pre-plot. Yeah. Yep. 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 Post to post. So it'll be a medium range shot. So now you're behind him. So your fighter gets a D12, right? And you get a D8 for your attack. Okay. So that's it. Why don't you go ahead and roll it? Yeah. He did his full move. He did the full move and then he's shooting. Yep. Oh, so I've got two.
So we can see these Y-wings sneaking in here. The TIE fighters have been pretty decimated. I think Pat's going to have to put some reinforcements out there. Maybe some of these advanced TIE fighters that are sitting on the side of the board. Or I think it's a TIE destroyer maybe. But proving once again, the X-Wing is the definitive aircraft of all air combat of all time. We've got this other Y-wing sneaking in here. These TIE fighters are going to need some reinforcements.
And then you can play it where you're playing your hero ship where you can adjust your power. The other ones don't. Then you eliminate some of those decisions. And then the maneuver probably should be, you know, you could probably go, okay, well, 6 out of 9. You have 3 alternate left. You know, something my extra the second day was a situation surviving our own Air Force very quick sort of. So 18 guys.
The one thing I'm really liking about this is if you've noticed, Pat stepped away from the table. These guys were introduced to the game about 25 minutes ago, and they're basically playing by themselves at this point.
He's shooting and it affects he's like, what are you gonna do? The odds of Reds coming up is higher and higher, and we're not running.
Yeah, there's like 300 chips in there, so we're talking real small.
Yeah, you get yeah.
So, Pat, can we expect some Empire reinforcements here in a second, or what's going on here?
Yep.
I mean, this is not looking
the
good.
red alert klaxon. The pilots are getting out of their bunks and they're running to their TIE fighters as we speak.
All right, I
So,
like it. I like it.
The guns are warming up.
Are we going to see some of these ground emplacements shooting back?
Yeah. It shouldn't happen too often. You will either stay on this side of it or jump over to the other side. Yeah. Yep. All right. Go ahead. Take your shot. All right. Yeah. Yep. You can shoot past your own. Yeah. It's still 3-dimensional and stuff. So, yeah. 9. That's a miss. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Do you have an attack bonus?
+1.
Oh, +1. Okay. Got it. All right. Sounds good. So there you go. You have wiped out nearly wiped out the patrol. All right.
Well, he would have went.
No, he has a movement to go still.
I went first.
Okay.
That was lower.
Yep. This TIE fighter's only going speed 3. So he's So he's going to. All right. 1, 2, 3. Running's not going to cut it. So he's making 2 left turns. And then another 3. He'll turn 1 more. There we go. All right. So that's him. I'll mark him. And then, hey, how's it going? Yep, that's right. Adjust your speed by 2 and then choose your stance that you want. Yes. Well, no, they're not coming in here, but I'm gonna set them up over there. All right. Yeah. All right. So we'll put turret there, there, and there, and there. Okay, so there's the gun turrets. Your sensors show that there's a couple TIE fighters warming up. They were probably the Alert 5 guys. And they're getting ready. They're still on the ground. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, they were kind of. All right. Gotcha. All right. Okay, that's all set. Let me get this guy here. Yep. Yep. He can go up 3. He's a TIE fighter. Yep. All right. 2 down. Yep. Exactly. Yep. That's just your sort of your thrust and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. So when they shoot at you, basically they're going to get 2 6-sided dice for their 2 hit roll, with a like a +1. Actually, sorry. Let's just do a D8. That way they have a chance at hitting you head on. So they're as accurate as stormtroopers. So they will be doing some shooting at you, and then if they hit you, they do 2 points of damage. Okay, and then it'll take 4 points of damage to destroy a turret. Okay, so you can hit it, and it does not get an evasion roll. So you just get to take a shot at it, and so you can take them out. So you can have the X-wings take out the turrets. So the Y-wings are a little more vulnerable to the turrets than the X-wings are. With your so you could choose to shoot with your proton torpedoes instead. And just mark them off when you shoot them. Exactly. There we go. All right. I think we're all set. So, what's that? F is neutral. What are you? E. All right.
G is neutral.
G is neutral. A is neutral. All right. And Mike. Offensive. Okay. And then that guy, I is defensive because
What
F is dead.
Oh.
G and H over there are still on the ground, so
Okay.
they'll be warming up here, and next round they'll start moving. And then we're all set. So defensive guys move first. So he has accelerated to speed 6, and it's doing. He'll be doing left turns. He can make 1 turn each. So he's going to go 3 turn, 3, and I'm sorry, 6. Yep. And then so I've done 3 and 3. So there we go. All right. Yep, I was confusing myself. Okay, there we go. So that's him way over there. So he just gunned it and got out of dodge for now. Okay, now B moves. Yep, that's you. You're right here. No, sorry, no, there we go. Yep. All right. So yep, you go 5 and 5. What's that? Sure.
a room and run mental. So I know the last couple of years, I've run thing power.
Okay. Yep. There you go. All right. Sounds good. Okay. A.
More than we hear of, and then one.
Okay. So A's moving. E, F, and G. You can probably start moving simultaneously there. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So you get a D12 and a D10. There you go. Okay. Yep. So that's a hit. And then he gets to.
D10 and then
Yep. On attacks. Yep. A D10. So his dodge, he only needs to get a 9 or better. So, oh, he fails. All right. Let's see what he takes. There's the red. You killed him. All right. Here, go ahead and hand me that. Oh. We'll put him in the recycle bin. Yep.
done. Yep. All right, I bumped it up to 6. Going for it.
All right. No, it's just everybody, you go straight, turn, straight, turn. Yeah.
Follow me in, boys.
All right. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. As long as someone's in arc.
All right, so we're going to step over here into our interview table for a second with Doug and his guest, Greg Smith. They've been chatting it up over here for about an hour. Doug contributing absolutely nothing for that entire time, as usual. But we're going to kick it over to the interview table and let them kind of chat it up with you guys, talk about what they've seen at Historicon so far, and just generally what's going on here down in Lancaster.
Well, thanks, Steve. And as he's bringing up the video feed here, thanks, Greg. Thanks for coming down here after teaching a class, which for me was a good class. It was an interesting class. I realized it burns.
Hey, at least you got it.
Super valuable. The class was on solitaire war game design. The funny part is I want you to know Steve is it's burning him to have to listen to this because he hates hex and chit war games or map and chit war games. If it's not miniatures war games, it's not his.
And that's my gig.
And that's your bread and butter. So,
I'm honored to be here, Doug. Thanks for having me. It's great opportunity. It's kind of neat. I've not been to Historicon before.
Yeah.
And opened my eyes. Wow, what a gig.
It's
So
amazing.
cool.
And what we love, we talked about it earlier, is that there's hex and counter games going on upstairs. SPI is doing their SPI is still alive.
Well, which is why I'm here, actually.
Yeah.
I've done some miniatures. In fact, some of my games that I've designed over the years, you can use miniatures with them.
Right.
And it's all about the spectacle. I like, who doesn't like to have little
Fancy
miniatures?
little airplanes and little tanks.
Absolutely.
I don't know anyone like that. Not at all.
Yeah. That adds a lot to the experience. And so, but Yeah, this is my first time here. I'm very impressed. I'm thankful for the chance to blab because I love to gab, as you probably have clued in already
No,
after that class.
And that's great because it was good to sit there in a class and find out. Sure, I came there to learn about solitaire war game design, but we did obviously run off the rails on a lot of other side topics to talk about ergonomics of games and game production values and a lot of the things
elegance and design.
Elegance. So your favorite word of the day there of elegance, things that and Ben, if you're listening to this feed, I apologize because you'll laugh. You'll be like, "This is what I tried to teach you, Doug," and you failed to listen. But boiling things down, getting it down to a level that's enjoyable. As you said, if there's no playability to this, if people can't pick it up and enjoy it.
What is the point?
Exactly.
If you can't play the darn thing, you've got end up with a shelf ornament. So
check your 6 players. We're talking about you. No, but that's one of the things that's really led our design and the games that we like to play and the games that we like to push toward people towards is things that are simplified, but are not oversimplified to where there's no decisions, you know.
Well, the decision making in solitaire game design, which is probably where after 20 years, I've learned a few things, I guess. But there's nothing wrong with abstraction.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with boiling the situation down to a playable event.
Right.
I mean, again, playability, you heard me say it 10 times upstairs. Most important factor, pretty much. I mean, other than decision making.
Right.
If the player can't make a meaningful decision, it's just an exercise in rolling dice.
Well, and that's
so
one
you
of
have to have decision.
That's one of the interesting things you talked about because so many people think about decision making in a war game and they think at the tactical level or at the strategic level, and that in between where you say I've got to mix sometimes things that are tactical decisions, or I want you to consider supply, I want you to consider logistics, but I'm not asking you to decide how many bullets, band-aids, and beans you're getting out to that unit because that's a level of detail that isn't very fun.
Well, yeah, and you know, the old adage, you know, amateurs talk
tactics
and professionals talk logistics.
Absolutely.
But
Chris, don't get all excited because you're a logistician.
A lot of time, most players, I mean, we want to move and break things.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to smash stuff and blow stuff up, and that's just the way it is, especially in a combat arms sense.
Exactly.
But we have this thing called optional rules.
Yes.
And optional rules, there's absolutely fantastic way of building in more detail for people who want that.
Right.
Some people want to experience more of the logistics and more of the bean counting, for lack of a better word. Yeah, but nothing wrong with that, and that's very important in any military operation. But some players aren't excited about that. So what's wrong? Make it an optional rule.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So there is.
And we talked through a couple different concepts of optional rules because and our listeners and people watching the feed, they've seen us discuss this where optional rules can add chrome, like you said. It's where to hide all that chrome you couldn't put in the game, or it is a way to model. I hate to use the term simulate because, man, I don't like getting to the simulation level, but it's a way to model other effects, whether it's the weather, logistics, morale, things that you may not have put in the core part of the game because it was just a little too crunchy. But
and some of that's necessary to be in the core game.
Right.
You know, I can't think of a game that has weather as a optional.
I can, and I'm looking at you, Dan Verson Games, where weather's a card that doesn't affect you per the any of the tactical ways. No, so we've laughed about that.
But see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You can have basic weather rules,
Right?
And then in the optional rules, you can have the haboobs and the dust storms.
Where we laugh is a lot of times in games, because you're dealing with the effects in the game and you're dealing with modifiers, and you're like, well, I want to negatively affect the player. You're like, what do I want to call it? Bad weather. There's a good one. Reduced visibility. And it doesn't really model the weather, but it's a way for you to apply negative modifiers.
I like how you talk directly to Dan there. That was
do, Dan. Dan, I apologize. I used Fulcrum Leader and Eagle Leader as an example when we were up there and we were talking about it. It's one of those hilarious moments that you realize the core of a game doesn't have to be about what the overarching fluff or lore or whatever is. It's the game engine. And Dan and I have talked about it a lot of times. his leader games are asset management games. There's tank themed ones, Sherman leader, Tiger leader. There are aviation themed ones. But at their core,
have the Apache one actually.
yeah, they're at their core, they are asset management games, and I actually,
which is fine.
yeah,
but
well, and Dan and I have laughed about this. I own the new version of Thunderbolt Apache, but I have the old GMT version, and it's my favorite just for nostalgia, just because that's the first one I played.
hey, we're getting to the age. There's nothing wrong with nostalgia, by the way. I play a lot of games for the nostalgia value.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and you've seen some of your games go through several publishers. So, because you talked about that with The Hunted, I believe, had been...
Well, actually, The Hunters, my first game was done from Constant Press, but GMT distributed it.
So they're
But now it is a GMT title. They made a deal with John Krantz somehow. Hey, that's to use another military expression that we know, that's above my pay grade.
Exactly.
Yes,
Well, but that was
this. By the way, guys, this is my brother from another mother right here.
we had that moment.
We were like connecting in just an hour, so that's kind of cool for me personally.
Well, and for people who say, should I come to Historicon for? It's not just the games, it's the people that you meet and talk to. And to be honest, I knew nothing about Greg. I knew nothing. I'll be honest, I've never played a single one of your games. Sorry. Yeah, they're on my list, but I haven't played any of them. But
we're gonna
have to remedy that.
No, we will fix that. I'll send you one of my designer copies.
Oh, I would appreciate that.
No, you list the title.
Okay, I know exactly what I'm thinking already of Intercept Race. But
all right.
But we'll talk about it. But to the point that there's a lot of people here that have things in common, and we have experiences and know people and move in some of the same circles. But wargaming is a big hobby. People think of it as the niche market it is, but there's actually a lot of people in it and people you've never run across.
Yeah, you think board gaming's a niche market? Yeah, come to Historicon.
Exactly.
Oh my word, it'll blow your mind.
It will, because there's everything from obviously Napoleonics, ancients, modern, aviation, space games going downrange, all kinds of crazy stuff. So, go ahead. As you say, did you have a topic of anything new on your list that's coming out that's in development that you wanted to talk about?
Funny you should bring that up, Bob.
Yeah, exactly.
I just released Rebel Tide, which is a strategic Civil War game, and like I already mentioned in a previous podcast, Brand X, not
some other podcast,
not Lead Pursuit. It's Simon Titch's game from GMT is just gorgeous. I own it, no doubt.
Yep.
Despite that, you're not playing that in a single evening. Ain't happening.
Yep.
All right. And so Rebel Tide is my Tide system. It's card driven, strategic. Somebody said it sort of reminded them of a House Divided. I guess that's another.
Yep.
It reminded them that it's certainly not the same. But the point is that you can play my Civil War strategic in just 3 hours. So evening game, and so I feel that's kind of a need that needed to be filled. Are there lots of great, huge Civil War games?
Absolutely.
Sure there are, and they're beautiful.
I don't have the room
they're
for
gorgeous.
them.
But guess what? You ain't playing that in a night. No way. But this one you can play in an evening, and so that's kind of the Tide concept. I have the same
series
thing. Well, World War I did the same thing with Imperial Tide.
Right.
You can play the whole World War I in an evening. Some people have called it Paths of Glory Light.
Right.
Which is fine. I mean, I love Paths of Glory.
We've talked about it a lot of times, and we even talked about it up there today. There's a need for people to play a game and be able to put it away, and to not have to keep it out and have the cat crawling across their game, or the kids needing the table, or any one of those things.
Well, and we talked about upstairs the need for when you design some of these games, if depending on the topic, there's space management, or basically
table management of how much space can I devote to this map, this tracker.
Try to keep it tight if you can,
right?
So that it only takes up half the kitchen table. Because a lot of guys got 3 kids and a cat, and that's all they got.
Well, we ran afoul of that in Fulcrum and Eagle Leader, because we went down some of the other Leader Series games that had gone to bigger boards because they were beautiful. and we doubled the size of the board, and about 1.75, but we almost doubled the size of the board, and it was beautiful. But then when we got our physical copies as the designers, we're like, well, we did enjoy having a smaller board. This is beautiful. Now I have the entire sequence of play, but
not only that, think about guys who go out on business trips. You know, so space management's important. If you can keep it down, do so. I mean, depends on the topic, of course.
Well, our listeners have heard me talk about the Tiny Epic series of games, and they're all themed for everything from fantasy to space to zombies to whatever. And they're a game that sit in a box that has a couple decks of cards, a couple playing surfaces, and you can throw that in your luggage, and you can play that. They're multiplayer games or they're solo games, and you can do that on a business trip.
Yeah.
It takes this small little bar top table size to do it,
and that's
and
good.
It's a great game. They're
Again,
interactive.
depending on topic, but
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a game that you'll probably want in the future, I hope. So I just finished Carrier Race.
Right.
It's, I don't know, it's on the slow boat from China,
Yeah.
or wherever the hell it's at right now. Pardon my language. I don't know if you but that is
We're an E-rated podcast. We can say whatever we want.
okay, everything. Well, I have like zero filter.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Our listeners know that about me, and
Yeah,
I think that's why they listen to see what F-bomb is Doug going to drop next.
what crazy thing
Sorry,
is he going to
kids.
say next?
Yeah, exactly.
But Carrier Race is kind of cool because it's the thing I excited about. You like Interceptor Race?
Yep.
You
I'm
said-
very interested in Intercept Race, but whatever.
I can make that happen. But the thing about Carrier Race is it takes the Interceptor Race engine, basically, for the air-to-air combat.
Right.
But you're flying off a carrier. It's the Pacific War.
Yep.
But you can either be a SPD guy or a TBF guy
Yeah.
or the fighter
Yeah.
or a Wildcat guy. So you could be one of the whatever you want.
Right.
You're either the fighter or the
I
bomber.
might like that more than Intercept Race.
And you could be a Marine.
We'll see. There you go.
Yeah,
Does my airplane break all the time
see,
because I'm stuck on Guadalcanal
yeah.
and I have no spare parts? So yeah.
Well, if you're in charge of the maintenance, your airplane probably does break all the time.
Yeah.
But that's
yes.
besides
So
the point.
that
So
is
anyway,
Black Cloud.
Yeah, so I had this problem with I get stuck on designs. People say like, "Why do you design so many games?" Well, the reason why is because like I work on one game and then I get stuck, and then I'm like, "Well, all right," so I'll work on something else, and then I get unstuck, and then I go back. So I stuck for a long time on the operational, overarching framework.
Yeah.
So for the game Carrier Ace, it was like, I had the tactical system. I knew it worked. It works great in Interceptor Ace, in Western Front Ace. I got the tactical system works and people like it and it's great. Okay, fine. But I couldn't wrap my head around the operational framework.
Right.
Then I cracked the nut. Oh, this is how I do it. And so then it works. And
That's
so I'm really
awesome.
happy with it. So
I would be interested to see that.
Yeah, I think it'd be up your alley. I wish I'd have brought a copy with me to show you.
that's
The
fine.
prototype.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, so I got Carrier Ace coming. I got a Panzer Ace coming. You have no idea how much abuse I used to get. Why haven't you done any tank games?
Yeah, you're a tank guy. You're a tanker. Why?
I just never, was it? See, it's like I like learning new things. I didn't know much about submarines.
Right.
So then I did the sub games that made me learn about submarines.
Yep.
I know tanks, but I got shamed into doing it. And I'm glad I did. I thought it was pretty good. The American Tank Ace is probably on its third printing by now. I think it's only been out 2 years, and I think it's one of the better selling Compass titles right now.
Well, it's been popular in media. We've got Fury. We've got all these things that have really driven people to go, oh, this isn't just a big epic tank battle. There's stories of individual crews, and you made the comment in the class in our little forum in there that it really is a crossover to role playing. You want to hear the stories, and we've talked about it here that a lot of these games are fun, but if there's nothing linking that overarching story,
if you don't really care what happens to the crew, what's the point? Yeah. And then when you have this role-playing aspects built into the game, then you can't wait to
lose.
You can't wait to get to the next mission because you want to use your new skill reflexes that you just bought or or Adrenaline Rush. That's actually one of my favorites, Adrenaline Rush. The loader gets pumped up and it goes faster.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, it's I'm glad I did the tank games. I think they've turned out pretty well. But
good.
Of course, Panzer Ace. Well, Bill beat me up because he wanted that to come out before British Tank Ace, but it was, you do it when
You hit designer's block at some points.
but and then the playersaid.com guys
Yep.
shamed me into adding Stugs to it. See, the game was ready. So
And you had to add the
do you
fat
know
kid.
those guys, Grant?
I don't know them personally. I know of them, but I don't know them personally.
Great dudes,
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah.
You would like both of them.
Okay, good.
And they would like you.
All right. Well, then we'll have to do the intro.
Yeah. They're characters. And in fact, I'm gonna see them next 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
But the point is, they're like, I'm like, here's Panzer Ace, my tank game. And they're like, oh, cool. They're like, where's the Stugs?
Like, nobody wants the fat kid in there. We don't need assault guns.
Where's
no.
the Stug
No,
life?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. No,
Oh,
we don't
well,
need
okay, fine. So I added 60. So that like delayed it like 9 months.
them. Yeah.
But it did make it a better game. So I owe Grant and I owe
That's funny.
Alexander for that.
Yeah, that's good.
Apologize if I'm giving any kudos to your competition.
No,
but,
no, no.
yeah.
It's so funny in the podcast regime. It's easier for us because we talk about aerial war games. So nobody else really concentrates on aerial war games. They'll cover one every once in a
Which is
while.
good.
But it's kind of our bread and butter. So I'm like, we're the finest aerial war games podcast in the United States. Thank you to all 5 of our listeners, including Steve's mom.
And by the way, so you aerial, okay, cool, I get it, which makes sense given your background. So I should probably say, tell you the sad story of my Stuka game.
Uh-oh.
So I designed the Stuka game, and I was like, oh, okay. And I made the ground, the Stuka dives and the strafing, and I figured it all out. So I got the routines going. I'm really happy with them, and I already had the air-to-air routines from
Interceptor Ace.
basically.
Yeah.
It's a lot different, and thought this is awesome. So I worked real hard. I mean, I busted my ass, got the game ready. Say, Bill, Compass, here it is, my Stuka game. Oh, we have this other Stuka game coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. Oh, and by the way, GMT's doing a Stuka game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way,
DVG's doing it. Yeah, exactly.
DVG's got a Stuka game.
I
So there
laugh.
were like
They
3
keep-
Stuka. You know what I
There
was
were
like?
3 Stuka games came out within 6 months of each other, and I'm like, glad nobody else liked Big 29 Fulcrums. I'm the only idiot that was doing Fulcrum later. Like that worked out well.
Hey, there's something to be said for the guy that does the.
Yeah, we're gonna have Buffalo Leader next. No, we're not. I hate F2 Buffaloes. We're not doing Buffalo Leader.
Reminds me of another sad story from my computer design days.
Yes, for HPS. So
Yeah.
learned that today.
I was interviewed by some actually a print magazine guy. I was like, yes, and I'm happy to be with HPS because we do the topics that other people don't. And what did I work on like 3 months later? Yeah, Bulge 44.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing everyone else has done. You're like, oops.
There's only 300 Bulge games.
Yeah.
Let's do another one.
Let's do-
you
yep,
know, But
yep.
anyway,
Well, Greg, thanks for stopping by to chat with us. I don't
You
want to
know,
keep you too long from everything else. I know.
I hope it was.
You didn't come to spend all your days at
it's-
Historicon like the rest of us losers.
It's all good. I hope I fulfilled the requirements.
Absolutely. Thanks a bunch. I appreciate you being on, and
It was
we'll talk to you in more detail on a real episode of the podcast, so we can
All right.
delve into this. So if a copy of Carrier or Interceptor or something
It would
shows
be
up there,
Interceptor. Carrier Ace is on the slow
yeah,
boat.
that's
It's not.
fine. I'm in no rush.
But Interceptor Ace, I can make that happen.
Yeah, we might have to do that. I'd love to take a
right.
look at it.
You don't even have to talk about it on your show.
I will, though. They know that I'm happy to ruin his day. Steve, who's sitting down here gritting his teeth as I talk about Hex Encounter or Area Encounter
Yeah.
games. It drives him nuts. So.
You have some gorgeous stuff here, though.
Oh, well, thanks. I really appreciate it.
Um,
All the hard work from Matt, Trevor, and Steve. So, well, thanks a bunch.
I love it.
All right,
brother.
appreciate it. We'll see.
That was a quick step-in interview with Greg Smith and Doug talking some solo war gaming. And we're going to have Greg on the podcast for a proper episode. Really insightful, a lot of experience in that realm of war gaming, and just a fun guy to talk to. We'll get back to Squadron Commander here, where we have our TIE reinforcements on the board. And these Y-Wings are trying to take out some of these cannons and the Imperial bunker. So we're going to kick it back over to Pat. He'll get us caught up with what's going on and see if we can have a successful rebel flight or if the evil empire happens to hold out.
What's that? Yeah, you can do a partial turn. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. What's that? The proton torpedo will do 16. So still long range. Okay. Um, the no the proton torpedo just works a little differently. It's not a fully developed thing yet anyway. So we're kind of figuring out what works. But basically, you're shooting at a stationary target. I think it was you just need an 8 or better. So you get your skill roll and a baseline of a d6. I think. Okay. Yep.
I got several things going on.
Okay.
I'm in this range.
Okay.
What does that affect?
So that's part of the range term is for the evasion roll, not for your attack. Yep. So the longer the range, the better chance I have, more time I have to. That's it. Yep. That's it. 12 and a 10. Yep. Far left there, the red one, far left. There you go. Yep. That's it. Go ahead and roll. So what are you attacking? Yeah. What are you attacking? First TIE fighter. All right. All right. You shooting at the TIE fighter. 19. That's absolutely a hit. All right. So G is a rookie, so it's a D6 and a D10. He's trying to dodge, and he needs to roll a 12 or better. Ooh, he did. Yep. All right. That's one lucky rookie. All right. So he dodged it. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right. What do you That's right. That's right. You either hit him or you didn't. It's just the odds of doing it. You got a 16? Okay. No dodge on that. All right. And it was 2 torpedoes? Okay. So 8 points of damage. 8 points of damage to kill the building.
I know, but you don't need a 5 to hit a building, right?
It was an 8.
So
Yep.
what are you, 6? 6 million?
Plus 2. All right. All right. So here's the damage to the main target building. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah. Yeah, seriously. And then plus there'd be 3 more. Yep. All right. Yep. So that was more than 8 points of damage easily. So Yeah, that's right. Yep, yep. The reactor in the building exploded. Yeah. Yep. Once destroyed. Yep. Yep. It would stay out so we can keep track of it. Hasn't. I'd have to have a lot of ships and a lot of stuff. Yep. Yep. So yes, it does. If there's some reds out there, it does change the stats of getting the next one. But there's, like 300 ships in here. So, yep. But you're correct. If nothing else, maybe it creates a balancing effect luck-wise.
That
Yeah.
was on 4.
Yep.
Now we're on 3 on offensive.
3 on offensive. Go for it. Yeah, I've got a 3 in one of the TIE fighters. There it is. So A, well, he's just going to go ahead and take his shot right now before moving. So it's a high deflection shot. So he is a, all right. It's a 10 and a 10. I need a 13 plus 2. 7, 9. Nope, that doesn't do it. So my decent guy blew it. So now let's see if we can just get ourselves behind somebody. One, two, three, 4. So he's at least set up for the next round. All right. Yep. Yep. There's a 10. There we go. Oh, that's a hit for sure. Scores another hit. And 1 miss. Okay. So all right, 4 damage on a building that takes 4 to kill. It might happen. 1, 2. All right. 3. The damage level. Oh, all right. Oh, get to draw 1 more. Oh, still there. Just impacted on the surface. There you go. Yep, it's 3 points of damage. They don't need to in this because there's 0 damage. All right. There we go. So 2s. I have a 2 on my TIE fighters. The first TIE fighter has a speed 5. Okay. And the other one has a speed of 4. Okay. So then we just roll off. Or okay. So we are doing B, number 5. Okay. And 2. 4, 5. 1, 2. All right. I'm going to take the head-on shot against the X-Wing here. So that is, we'll see how that turns out for him. Yep, he'll get a free shot back. So I roll 2d8 because he's a regular. And I need a 13 to hit plus 2. Here we go. 12, 13, 14. That's a hit, so you get to roll a dodge.
We're probably short.
Yes, we are in short. So D6 and a D12. 13, you dodge. Okay, now you get to shoot at me. That's hit. Good.
Dodging at
D6 plus D8. That's exactly right. And I, as a TIE fighter, offensive, I need to roll a 12. So it's not great. Nope. Oh, okay. 3 damage to the TIE fighter. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Could kill him. Oh. Nope. 2, 2, and 1. 5. Yep, you killed them. They're fragile. Yep. All right. That's another kill. Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. He was already damaged anyway, so he was doomed. Yeah.
let's roll off for
Yeah.
our 4s.
Okay. Sounds good. What you got?
I got a D10.
10? All right. 8. 6. All right. I'll go first. All right. 8. There we go. And 8 is right here. So I'm just going to fire from right here at that guy right there. I'm shooting at F. Okay. So that's a D8 and a D8. All right. And it's a, yep, what's your speed? 5. I need a 15 to hit. Plus 2. Yep. Not even close. All right. Standard stormtrooper type shooting. Okay. So now we'll move the TIE fighter. Kind of overlap him, so I'm just going to put him on the other side of him. There we go. Okay.
I'm just going to go straight 8.
Okay. Sure thing.
Thinking about
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. That'll do it. All right. So pretty much the odds that, yeah, there you go. The odds are ever in your favor. All right. Blown that one up.
Yep.
All right. Okay. You've completed the main mission. Now it's time to get out and survive against the TIE fighters. Get away from, at least get out into space. Right, we're over the ground here. Work your way around. You've got the turrets. Oh, we are. Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. So that is about the time. Okay. Perfect. All right.
Hey,
Good job.
Thank you. Okay,
Yep. No
I
problem.
have one question.
Yeah. Please.
Let's say I had been hit. What is the effect of the shield?
Okay. So yes, there are shields in the game. So basically, and I used some X-wing counters here. So there's your 2 shield tokens. So if I hit you for 3 points of damage, we would go, all right, first one, second one, third one. Oh, now we get to draw one more. Okay. Yep. So then you can apply these 2 shields to eliminate up to 2 points of damage. Okay. So you could.
So I could block 2 of the 3 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is this my shield?
That's right. Yep.
So in this case, because I have 3 shields, I could block all 3. However.
Well, no. You don't. That's for restoring shields. So let's say
I see.
you took 2 points of damage. Your shields are gone.
Right.
On your next move, when you do that, when you activate, it counts. You restore 1, and that acts as an action.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
So that.
So
I have to be generate.
That's right. Yep. Exactly. So the shields, basically what the shields do is they downgrade the chit. So let's say he got hit.
Okay, I see. So for example, if I had a red, I would want to downgrade that,
To a green.
so I only take 2 hull damage.
Or 1 hull damage. Yeah.
Yeah, instead
Right.
of all the others.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's how shields work. Just very simple. Reduces the structure damage. Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yes, but yeah, ultimately you can apply these 2 shields to whichever damage chit to downgrade the chit or to just
The idea is
eliminate.
the shields don't just protect you from the damage; they also protect you from the negative effects from the rest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So once you have, okay, so let's say
So this is what we get here.
let's say that's what you got hit with. Yep, no problem. Yep. On Saturday? Okay, good. Yeah, that'll be Star Trek, Dominion War, hit the shipyards, all that kind of stuff. Oh, merge. Yeah, that'll be Doug and so that'll be Doug's game that he's trying out. So, all right. See y'all later. For this thing or the Star Force Commander, that's $100. Yep. It's got the ship pack.
Basically, it's that game over there.
No, that's a different game. That's Squadron Commander. That's a starfighter game and stuff like that. This is Star.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up here. Pat, pretty successful demo of Squadron Commander. Seemed like everybody really liked it. Still watching them out there, talking through some rules stuff, figuring out some of the more advanced mechanics. This will be coming out at some point. I would say there's some play testing going on here. Needs a little refinement, but overall super fun, super intuitive spaceship game. We also hope you liked our interview with Greg Smith, solo game designer. We'll have him on a podcast in the near future, and we're going to go ahead and shut down this stream. Our next stream is going to be at 3 o'clock for the public debut of Merged by Lead Pursuit Podcast. We'll catch up with you then. Thanks for watching.